Well, today's the 6th of September. Yes, it is. Forgot what I was doing now. 6th of September 23. And guess who's came back to visit? Andrew. Yeah. It's a pretty cat. Psst, psst. I haven't seen it for months. Isn't it strange? Let's see how... Getting older, this cat, but it's definitely came to see us. Hi, Poo-Poo. Hello. Where have you been all this time? Eh? Where have you been? I see you've got a bell on. So you're not a wild cat, somebody owns you. Where the devil have you been all this time? Eh? Where have you been? Bubble, where have you been? Come and tell us a story. Come and tell us a story where you've been. Eh? I've been wondering about you. I thought about you recently. I thought, I haven't seen you for ages. Yeah, come and tell us what's all happening in your life. Come on, Popo. Well, I see you're still as playful. What have you got? I know what's attracted you. It's the bench, isn't it? You're up to all sorts of mischief, aren't you? All sorts of mischief. What's wrong with you? Hmm? I have no idea who you are. It's funny how you come at different times, eh? It really is. Have you got a wee story for Andrew? The same last night with the spider that came into the house. I saw it when I came in, it was on the ceiling in the kitchen. And then a little while later it was gone. See you another time. Bye bye. Bye bye, pussycat. How unusual, eh? It's a gorgeous day. I'm resting today after my mammoth climb into the mountains yesterday. That was extremely hard work, and didn't realise how hot it was because of the breeze. So it was fabulous. So I'm getting all my gear, well, all my gear that I use, but also other stuff in preparation for the winter. Give it one final wash and dry and put away in the wardrobes. Oh yeah, I've still got to load that garden watering. Hello, sir. Are you enjoying that? It's a lovely little late afternoon snack. Yes. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you popped along to see the calendula. It's a gorgeous colour. Yes. That's why I grew them, so that you could come and visit me as well. That cat's odd. It's got to live locally. It's not. It can't not live locally. It must be somebody's cat that occasionally comes to visit me. It's got a bell around its neck, so it's definitely not a stray. So I'm more convinced now that it's local. But no one seems to know who it is. That I've asked, at least. It's very odd. Anyway, gone now. I'm just making a little part 2 here from the 6th day of September. I'm not
well, I am having a dig at the Met Office because they're obsessed by you know, temperatures. They completely lie about the temperatures, and I mean, what the hell is this beetroot and dark crimson red? What is that? Like lava? You know, it's like as if we're all frying to death just because we've got a couple of sunny days. Well, let me tell you something. I complained to the BBC. I came home last night and I looked at the, well, let me just hold that picture for a moment. I complained because the first thing I noticed on I thought before I go to bed I'll have a quick scan to see if there's any news about anything I should know. And the first thing that popped up was the bloody health warnings for the heat wave. Oh, for goodness sake. So I quickly put my complaint into the BBC last night, and I headed my complaint as compulsive obsessive reporting on our weather. I mean, I only read half the article. I felt like vomiting. It was just ridiculous. And so I noted, when will the BBC please give it a rest? If it's not sunny weather, extremely common in September, if you bother to fact check the statistics or your own archive reports from the history of the BBC, which is true. The BBC have you know, issued things about nice sunny weather in all decades. But I've put down, it's an absolute insult to people's common sense and intelligence to keep going on and on and on about stupid climate change. We had a wet summer, cold spring and a few sunny days in late May, early June. Pretty normal stuff for a temperate climate. I'm talking of course about the United Kingdom. An Indian summer is as common as the royals visiting Deeside. Well, so it is. We often have an Indian summer, particularly here in Scotland. It's nature's way of making sure that the harvest is ready to be harvested. And I've put down here as well, you know, in regards to that, well, I'll just continue what I wrote. Please give it a rest, BBC. It's embarrassing. Your reporters need some history lessons in meteorology. Harvest time in nature is nature's time on blessing all the fruits and berries with ample sunshine after the rains. It's perfectly normal. Get a grip. Look at the comments on your site. You're making yourselves look stupid with all this extreme weather waffle every time it rains or it's sunny. Well, it's absolutely true. And it doesn't matter, they searched everywhere on the planet for any type of weather extreme. I noticed something about Spain had a thunderstorm. They didn't, the way they imply that Spain was getting flooded out, they put in a few pictures and they make it look like Spain is, there's something wrong with Spain, it's under 6 feet of water. Well, it's a bloody thunderstorm, and you get isolated thunderstorms even in Spain after build-up of heat. It's pretty normal. I mean, some of the thunderstorms you get in the Alps is quite spectacular. Austria and Germany, southern Germany, Bavaria and stuff is well known for their you know, exotic thunderstorms because of the you know, the temperature zone difference between the upper Alps and the heat that builds up from coming from southern Europe. I mean, I really am sick to the bottom of my stomach regarding the BBC and the Met Office. I've turned them both off. I had to get rid of that courier as well because they were, you know, fed up with the woke culture with these people. But I'm sick. I mean, not alone. I mean, you think that I just look at these things and then complain. I'm not alone. There's obviously thousands and thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of people are fed up with it all. I mean, they can't even allow the people to have a few days enjoyment at the end of a shite summer, really. I mean, our summer is not based on how we want it to be, so that we can sit on the beach or lie in the back garden or have barbecues every evening. It's not about that. Nature will provide exactly what's required weather-wise as it sees fit, as it always has done. And, so we get a few days in early September. It's nothing unusual. And, I mean, I can go back to, in the last 5 or 6 years, we've had some of the best weather we've had has been in the month of September. That's why I wasn't even fussy about the way the weather was in summer. Although it was a bit, so much rain when you wanted to get on with things. It's a nuisance, but it's not. It's not the end of the world. It's not climate change. It's definitely not, well, as far as the report, which is, I have to say, the BBC have completely taken it away from their whole site. They must have got thousands of complaints about it, or phone calls, or whatever was happening, but they've completely trashed it. And I'm not surprised, because they were telling people not to go outdoors and all this sort of fucking nonsense. And, it's so painfully obvious that they're trying to sell you this climate change, and every time you get a hot, sunny day, or if it pisses with rain somewhere, they want to make it out as if it's something unusual. Well, I can tell the BBC and the Met Office it's not. And as far as the Met Office, with this colour on their weather charts, it's just ridiculous. It really is. It's just beyond the joke. I mean, what on earth? Why didn't they just keep the country green as normal? That's what they normally do. And then just put in the temperatures. But these temperatures are probably, they're estimates, and they're not done properly. I've told you before, these temperatures are put in as an absolute maximum they can squeeze out of the thermometer. And there's no verification on these temperatures. So if I had a friend who perhaps lived in Norwich, I'd say, go and take your thermometer out in the garden for a couple of hours and let me know what the temperature is on Friday afternoon, please. And if they report back on Saturday, say, well, the highest we got was 23. I said, well, why have the Met Office got 28 then? It's just shite. Hate it all. And they're all liars. They're all paid to lie. It's all part of the agenda, isn't it?